Hey, what is up, everybody? Chris Green here. I'm super excited that you guys are here. We are all here right on time. At least I really tried my best to start on time. Thank you so much for all of the people that are here. I can see some crazy numbers of people who are here to learn more about playing the flip game and getting better. If you're already playing the flip game, I want you guys to get better and more efficient so you can find more flips and make more money with those flips. Now, I'm not a big, let's let everybody get in. We're going to get right into this, okay? You guys have like 1 minute or so to get in and get ready for the Flip Game launch webinar. And if you're here in the chat, let me know where you're from. Maybe we can figure out who's the farthest person away. I know I got some really close people representing the 508 here in Massachusetts, but let me know, engage in the comments, see if you might meet somebody that you know, maybe from a Facebook group or even somebody local that you know. Hit them up in the chat right there. And we are going to get right into this because I have a lot of information to go over, stuff that you guys are gonna be super excited about. And of course, I'm giving away all of those prizes that you guys have seen me posting about for the past 3 weeks. So with that said, let's switch right over and get right into the flip game. Now, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things here. I'm super glad that you guys are here. I get excited about flips. I might start talking really fast. You might be able to tell that I really enjoy the subject of finding things almost like a real life treasure hunt that you can then resell online for a profit. So you're having fun and making money? Yes, please. That is the exact kind of business that I want to do. So the flip game, what is it? Well, it is an easy, fun, and very low risk way to make extra money online. Now, it's really just buying stuff from yard sales, from thrift stores or estate sales, and you resell it online for a profit. It really is quite simple. And it's the side hustle that literally anybody can do. And there's really no experience necessary. There's a minimal financial requirement. You do have to have some money to buy some inventory, but you can put in as little or as much time as you want. And it's practically risk-free because when you know how to properly look items up using your phone, then you're never going to buy something that's going to be a dud. You're going to know that it's going to be a good flip before you ever buy it. Now, by the end of this webinar, you guys are going to have the knowledge to play the flip game with confidence. I want you guys to have so much confidence when you buy something to resell. And you're going to be as excited as this guy right here to get out there and find some awesome flips. Okay, you're going to find flips like this. I can't believe that I keep stumbling onto items like this. This is an item that I picked up for $10.99. I scanned the barcode on it. This was at Savers, and I sold it on eBay for over $500. And another item, this was $10, but it had a barcode on it. So of course I'm going to scan it. And it turned out that it was an expensive personal listening system, and I sold it on eBay for $600. Now, using the tips and strategies from this webinar, I'm going to show you how to be 5 times more efficient when you're finding flips. It means you're going to be 5 times faster, 5 times better, and find 5 times more flips, which means 5 times more profits. Okay, so are you guys ready? I'm ready. I am super excited for this. I hope you guys are ready. So let's go. Let's get right into it. We are going to start this webinar with 4 main sections. And you're going to see the number 4 come up a lot. We're going to talk about my 4 secrets to becoming a successful flipper. We're going to talk about my 4 favorite places to find flips, as well as my 4 steps to correctly evaluate potential flips. And I made you guys a fancy flow chart that you can use, as well as my Find 4 method. And this is the strategy to efficiently find the best flips in the least amount of time. And when you use the Find 4 method, you're going to be 5 times more efficient and find 5 times as many flips and make 5 times as many profits. And plus, you guys know I have 15 amazing prizes to give away on this webinar. So you guys have pretty good odds of winning something, I think. Way better odds than the lottery. And of course, I have a big summer announcement. It is finally yard sale season up here in the Northeast. Big announcement coming up for that as well. Now, on this webinar, you guys are going to see some amazing flips like this item. You may have seen this before if you are in Jason T. Smith's thrifting group. This is an ice bucket in the shape of a dive helmet. I bought it for $10, and you can see that it sells on eBay for $250 and up. And this item here, this DVD set that I picked up for just $5, again, because it had a barcode on it, so you know I'm going to scan it. And you can see it sells for hundreds of dollars on eBay. And if I can find flips like these, then yes, you can too. Now, I want to give a brief introduction and bio so you know who you're talking to, you know who is presenting on this webinar. A lot of you guys know me, but for those who don't, My name is Chris Green. I have been an eBay seller since 1999. You see, I have almost 20,000 100% positive feedback, and I have grandfathered in with a .com username. Yes, you see that right. Now, I am a 5-time $1 million seller. And I say this because it's 5 different times. I've done $1 million in sales on eBay doing retail arbitrage, $1 million in sales on Amazon doing online arbitrage, $1 million in sales as a software developer. I've done $1 million in sales as an educator, as an author, and as an online course creator, and $1 million as a speaker and event organizer. So I've kind of done a few different things in this space. Now, I've also won a 2 Comma Club award for selling over $1 million through a single website in a single year. And I've published multiple books. You guys have probably seen a few of these: arbitrage, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and the Authorpreneur Blueprint. My books have thousands of reviews on Amazon. And this is my largest royalty check for my books that Amazon sent me for 1 month. This was over $70,000. And I have over 80,000 students on Udemy. Now, over the years, I've coached thousands of people, and I've reached hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, with my books, my videos, and my online courses. Now, I've seen where people get stuck, and I know how to help them get on the right track and moving forward in the right direction. Now, none of this is to brag or show off. It's really just to let you know that you're in the right place at the right time, and you're learning from the right person. When it comes to flipping and selling things online, I've literally been there and done that. So why is it called the Flip Game? Well, it's called the Flip Game literally because it's fun. And I really do see it as kind of a bonus that you can make money, because I would honestly do this just for the fun. So who here, get on your keyboards, who here just wants to have more fun? Just more fun. That's why you're here. That's what you want to learn about. Just more fun. Let me know in the comments. And then who is here to make more money? Right? Let me know in the comments. You're here for more money. Fun is okay, but you're here for the money. And then everybody else, let me know if you already know what's on the next slide, because you probably figured out it's a trick question. You can do both. We are going to do both on this webinar. Now, flipping has been around for a long time, but there's literally never been a better time to learn, ever. Absolutely ever. It's not even close. Now, you might have heard people talking about a recession and the economy's getting bad and all these different things. And there's not going to be any doom and gloom on this webinar, but it is a reality that the economy could change. Things could be different. Things that you were relying on, all of a sudden you can't rely on anymore. And that can create fear and doubt. And those are not pleasant things to have to worry about. But you don't worry about those things as much when you know how to flip. Knowing how to flip means that you always can make money when you need to. It's like this secret power that you have in your back pocket. You can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out and make some money this weekend. You don't have to, but you can if you need to. But I want you guys to always have the right expectations. Will you make $1 million flipping? Probably not. Realistically, no. Over enough time, sure, you can sell $1 million. But in a single year, probably not. And I want you guys to have that right expectation. Otherwise, you might be disappointed that you didn't make $1 million in a single summer and only 50,000 in a summer. Well, 50,000 in a summer is pretty good. So let's keep that in mind. You can certainly pay off large chunks of debt. You can certainly pay off a car payment. You can certainly pay your monthly mortgage. You can certainly save for a college fund or start a vacation fund with money that you make by flipping on the weekends or on the weekdays. It is really the perfect side hustle where you can put in as much time as you want and actually make a significant amount of money and start paying things off. Now, what would it mean to you to have that confidence that you could make money when you needed to? Not something you had to go to every single day. When you needed to and wanted to, you could make money. How would it feel to not have to worry about making ends meet every single month? How great would it be to know that if you had to, you could make that extra money? Would it help you sleep better at night? Would you argue less about finances? Would you even consider retiring early? My mom literally did retire 2 years early because she was flipping books from thrift stores onto Amazon. And she said, why am I going to work 2 more years? I know how to make money. I'm making more money flipping books than I would make by working an extra 2 years and getting a little bit more Social Security. Might as well just quit and do this, knowing that she can make money when she needs to. When you know how to flip, you're going to feel more in control of your life. And now, when it comes to selling, I've done it all. I have literally done every single model from retail arbitrage to online arbitrage and everything in between. And flipping is, in my opinion, the most practical method to make extra money online. And yes, you can absolutely flip full-time if you want to, with no experience required, minimal capital required, minimal time requirement, and a total overall commitment that is absolutely very low. And you can put profits in your pocket the same day. You can go out on a Saturday, buy something in the morning, list it in the afternoon, and have it sold in the evening and put that profit in your pocket. I don't know of another business where you can do that other than flipping. And more good news, it's never been easier to flip. Why? No secrets, it's because of the smartphones. It's because your Android phones and your iPhones, as well as all the apps that we have on our phones. And could you imagine, you guys just saw that my eBay account was started in 1999. Could you imagine flipping in 1999? Could you imagine going to a yard sale, a thrift store, or an estate sale without your phone to be able to look something up? You might be able to pick some things, but we are very, very reliant on technology because it's so good. Remember the iPhone? It didn't even come out until 2007. A lot of people today kind of forget about those days before iPhones or even before cell phones. But we have access to some amazing technology. We have the ability to look up the value of anything in a matter of seconds. So flipping has become a decision game. First, you have to decide to go to a yard sale, a thrift store, or an estate sale. Then you have to decide which items you're going to look up using your phone. And then you have to decide which items to buy to resell online. No one is going to do it for you. You can't just post on Facebook asking people what they think. You may have seen this happening. You can't just post on Facebook asking people if you should buy something or not. And you can't just rely on an app to tell you if an item is a good flip or not. You have to make decisions. Good news, if you follow the advice in this webinar, you'll make good, informed buying decisions. So get ready to have your mind blown because it's time to learn the secrets of the flip game. 4 secrets. We're going to count them down. 4 secrets to becoming a successful flipper. And spoiler alert, there are no actual secrets, but these are the 4 things that people misunderstand or underestimate their importance that can cost them success. I've been doing this for a long time, and these are the things that get in people's way. Secret number 1, don't psych yourself out. You ever feel yourself doing that? You psych yourself out before you even get started? Seriously, just get out of your own way. People frequently take themselves out of the game before it even starts. And it's really easy to make excuses. I get it. You might say at yard sales, all the best stuff is going to be gone in the first few hours. Or thrift stores, they're marking up all their best stuff. Or estate sale prices, they're going to be too high. I'm not even going to go. And I get it. There's a thread of truth in each of those. I feel that myself sometimes. But while they might be true sometimes, you don't know that they're true every time. And plenty of yard sales get a late start. And I saw a sign for a yard sale that started at 11 a.m., which I thought was kind of crazy. I'd seen 10 before, but I saw 11. That's crazy how late they get started. And it's easy to get there when all the other early birds have already gone home. Or they might be bringing out stuff as the day goes on. Or you just happen to be in a thrift store when they bring out their new carts. Or the estate sale just decided to make everything 90% off right when you get there. If you don't go, you won't know. I say this all the time, and I say it to myself as well. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go that far. I don't think they're going to have anything. But then when you go, you find out that you're glad you did because you find some awesome flips. So get out there and don't psych yourself out. Number 2, it's not what to look for, it's what to ignore. It's not about having a list of BOLOs. If you don't know what a BOLO is, it's a be on the lookout item. It might be a list of things. If you see these things, you should buy them to flip them. It makes sense, but I'm going to show you why that's not the best advice. It's about knowing which items are likely junk, the ones that are not worth flipping, even if they were free. If you can do this, you'll increase your chances of finding flips when you separate out all the definite non-flips. And everything left will then have a higher probability of being flippable. Imagine that there are 10 flips. These would be the green items out of 100 items at a yard sale. Now you could go and you could look them all up, but it would take forever and you'd end up looking up tons of junk. No matter what you do, if you want to avoid as many of these red ones as possible, look at this. If you can just take out 80% of the items where you have a good idea that they're not going to be flippable, then all of a sudden you're only looking up 20 items to find those 10 items. Now you'll still end up looking up some things that will end up being not flips, but you're only looking up 20, not 100. You'll get faster and more efficient, not by knowing what to look for, but by knowing what not to look up. And it's much easier and more practical to get an eye for stuff that isn't worth looking up than it is to try to memorize a list of BOLOs. Items that are usually not worth looking up will be unbranded stuff, common stuff, low quality stuff, stuff that's in bad condition. Even if you don't know what it is, you can probably make a good guess that it's not going to be worth flipping. So don't waste your time on it. Use that time on the other items. Remember, you don't need to know which items are flips. You're going to use your phone to see if an item is a flip anyway. You're not just picking without your phone. You're going to use your phone to look it up. So look up items that have a better chance and don't look up junk. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and with this method, you will still sometimes miss good flips. And sometimes I still waste time looking up junk, and I'm okay with that. That's just part of the game. But the best way to get better with this secret is with time and experience. So how do you get better at this step quickly? Actually, I have just the thing, and I will show you that shortly, a fast track way to gain experience in the world of flipping. All right, secret number 3, embrace technology. Technology is so good in the world of flipping right now. If you guys are not using the eBay app, you're kind of crazy. I gotta believe most people on this webinar know about the eBay app. It's completely free. You can use it to look up brands, model numbers, and keywords, and you can see sold for prices on items sold on eBay in the last 90 days. You can see how many are listed and how many have sold to calculate sell-through rate. And don't just look at active prices. Remember to always click through and see the sold listings to get an accurate representation of what items are selling for. And did you guys know that eBay has built-in image search? You can just snap a picture of something and eBay will give you its best estimation of what it is to help you identify products and of course see what they sell for. And they also have a barcode scanner built in to the eBay app. And I have a bonus secret for you. A lot of you guys know me as an Amazon guy, but I took thousands of items and scanned all their barcodes using the eBay app and the Amazon app. And I was surprised. I would have never guessed this, but eBay has a deeper barcode catalog than Amazon. eBay will show results even when Amazon doesn't. I was blown away by this, and I want to pass that secret on to you. If you guys are scanning barcodes, use the eBay app. It's better than you think. Now, Google Lens, if you guys recognize this logo, you might be really excited because you're like, oh my gosh, Google Lens is a lifesaver. Google Lens is absolutely free. You can use it to identify nearly any item using just an image. No brand, no model numbers, no problem. Use Google Lens. And if you can identify an item, you can then look up what it sells for online using the eBay app. Now, here are just 3 easy examples. You see, I take a picture of this CD player stereo, and Google Lens identifies it all the way down to the exact model number and gives me links to see what it's selling for online in about 1 second. This next one is a piggy bank. It's from Babe. I guess Babe had a movie about it. Simple picture, all of a sudden I can see exactly what it's selling for on eBay and Amazon. And the last one is a Logitech mouse. It's a USB marble mouse. With the trackball, it gives me links to eBay and to Amazon for what it's selling for. Now, I already knew this was an easy item. I picked it up for $1. But if you didn't know that, use Google Lens, and all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, it's going to tell you that it is a great item to flip online. It sells for about $50 to $60, and it sells fast. Now, I'm still surprised at this, but lots of people still don't know about Google Lens. So if that's you, don't feel bad that you've been left out. Just be happy that you now know about Google Lens. This means some of your competitors still don't know about Google Lens. So now that you know, you might have a little bit of an advantage if you run into competition out there at estate sales, thrift stores, or yard sales. Now, Google Lens is built into Android phones in about 5 different places. The camera, the pictures, the search bar is really easy to find if you have an Android phone. And a lot of iPhone users think that they're just missing out because they go to the App Store on their iPhone and they look for Google Lens and they don't see it. And they think, oh, it must not be for iPhone. Well, it is for iPhone. It's just in the Google app. It's just not a standalone app. So download the Google app for iPhone. It's completely free. And then you see this little icon up here at the top. When you press that, you're going to be able to use the camera on your phone to take a picture and scan and identify any item, or you can actually search all of the pictures on your phone, including all of the screenshots. Very, very powerful and very, very useful. Now, I use this frequently to search images from Facebook Marketplace or the estatesales.net app. I just take quick screenshots and then go over to Google Lens and check it out. It's super simple and easy, although there is an easier way, although I'm just in the habit of doing it this way, because Google Lens is also built into the Chrome browser. So if you're using the Chrome browser on your laptop or your computer, just right-click on any image, and it's going to say, search image with Google. And it's going to open up a little tab right there, and it's going to find products that match that image. It's going to show you links to eBay, to Amazon, to show you exactly what that item is worth. It couldn't be easier. It's literally 2 clicks, and you can see what an item is and what it's worth. So you can browse estatesales.net. You can browse Facebook Marketplace. Anytime you see an interesting image, you're not sure what it is, yes, you get your phone out and do keywords, or just use Google Lens built into the Chrome browser. It's not built in to Safari or Internet Explorer or any other browser. So use Chrome for this. And it's actually built into the Chrome mobile browser as well. Of course, on Android, that is going to make sense. But if you're using the Chrome browser for iPhone, you can use Google Lens built right into it. So this is an example right here. I'm on Max Sold. I see an image that looks interesting. So I pull it up, I hold down on it, and it brings up a little menu that says search image with Google. And when I do that, I get results telling me exactly what it is. And when I scroll up, I can see exactly what it's selling for. It's never been easier. It takes every single data entry step out of the way, helps you identify products fast. So if you didn't know about this, the thing to keep in mind is if you didn't know, there are other people who don't know. Those other people might be your competitors. So you might just now have a leg up on your competition where you know how to do something that they don't, right? So be happy with that part. And this is kind of an older hack. If you wanted to do it this way, you can actually just use the camera on your phone using the Google Lens app on pictures on your computer screen. It's a little bit of a hack. It's probably going to be easier to use Google Chrome as a browser. But if you want to use Safari, if you just refuse to use Chrome as a browser, you can still do it this way and scan pictures with your phone directly through your computer. So learn how to use Google Lens. Some of your competitors are already using it. And it's only going to get better. It's only going to get more advanced. If you've ever seen somebody like this, actually, I don't think anybody's seen anybody like this yet in a thrift store, but this is coming, where you're going to have some kind of goggles on with cameras that are going to identify products in front of you. And if you can identify a product, someone's going to make an app or a program, and it might just be eBay or Amazon directly that says, yeah, I know what that product is, and here it is for sale over here. And as a reseller, as a flipper, you can say, oh, I know how I can use that. I can identify a product, see what it's worth. I can see what I'm buying it for. I know if I can flip it for a profit. Stuff like this is not that far off. So be willing to embrace technology like this, where you just flip through the Hawaiian shirts and it's going to tell you which ones straight up in your eyeballs. It's kind of crazy, maybe a little creepy in some ways, but it's coming. And if you can be better and more efficient at flipping, you definitely want to learn how to do it. Secret number 4 is luck. It really is. I don't want people to discount this. I want people to understand that, yes, luck is a real thing. Luck is part of the equation. The truth is that luck can be a big part of this game. Maybe you guys have been lucky. If you've been lucky, let me know in the comments. Say, yes, I've definitely been lucky. Or if you feel like you never have been lucky, let me know as well. Because if you keep putting yourself out there, you're going to increase your chances of getting lucky, right? Because I'm going to tell you how you can control luck, right? Honestly, you can't fully control it. But what you can do is you can put yourself in the position to get lucky. And you do that by continually going out to the sales in the stores and putting yourself in that position. If you go to enough sales and stores, you might get lucky. If you go to enough sales and stores, you'll eventually be in the right place at the right time. And here's a great example of a time where I was in the right place at the right time. This was at a consignment shop that was kind of like an antique mall. And down in the basement, there was one little section, and I got there just at the right time, just very randomly. This is a store I don't even go to very often. And they had 1980s original concert t-shirts for $10 each. $10 each. I bought all of them. I bought 54 of them. They actually gave me 4 for free for buying 50, so I got them all for $500, and they're valued at over $15,000. Now, if you're in Jason T. Smith's Facebook group, you may have seen the unboxing video that we did on his YouTube channel, where he opened them all up and he evaluated all of them and summed them all up to his what he considered them to be worth, over $16,000. And I was simply in the right place at the right time. The next flipper, the next reseller that had come in that store was going to buy all those shirts. It just happened to be me. And I wasn't there intending to flip. I just happened to be there in the right place at the right time. So don't wait around and wait for a guarantee. I see a lot of people that want some kind of guarantee and say, oh, I want to know that I'm going to get lucky when I go out. You don't. You'll never know that you're going to get lucky. But if you stay home, you will 100% not get lucky, which means the only way to get lucky is to go out. It's to go to the sales, go to the stores, and keep going out there. Even if, man, I really don't feel like I got lucky in a long time. Well, can't control it. Other than if you stay home, you know you won't get lucky. So keep going out to the stores, keep going out to the sales, and put yourself in that position. I don't want anybody to have those excuses, right? Being in the right place at the right time only happens to other people. No, it can happen to me and it can happen to you too. Now get out there and get lucky, okay? Now, my 4 favorite places to source. We are going to go through these, and this is my number one, my easy number one. Let me know if you guys agree with me on some of these. But yard sales are my personal favorite. They have the highest fun factor, and they also have a high profit potential. Maybe not the highest profit potential, but still a high profit potential combined with the most fun. Pros, they often have the best stuff. Sellers want stuff gone. They really don't want to bring it out and then take it back inside. And they can have the coolest stuff, large lots and collections. They're clearing out all their kids' toys, or who knows what they're clearing out, be in the right place at the right time and get some crazy deals. The cons are they can be inconsistent. They can be seasonal in parts of the country. I'm in the Northeast, and we really only get to do yard sales during the summer months. There's no guarantees, and bad weather can ruin an entire weekend of yard sales. Now, how to find them? Facebook Marketplace. Local Facebook groups. I see a lot of people posting their sales in local Facebook groups and not necessarily on Marketplace. So join those groups in your area so you don't miss any sales. The Craigslist app is great. It has a nice little map that you can use. And of course, when you're out, look for local signs. I use Google Maps to map out an efficient route, looking for signs as I go. And a little bonus tip is text the map link to yourself before you go out. That way you can pull it back up in case Google Map clears itself while you're shopping at a sale. It happens to me frequently. By the time I get back in the car and say, let's go to the next one, it's back at the beginning. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I just go to my text and I can reload the entire route. So if that's happened to you, that is my way around it. My second favorite are estate sales. The pros, you can find some crazy and amazing stuff at low prices. You can find some high-end things as well. You can frequently get a lot of stuff at one place. Some estate sales are also online, so you can shop and flip at home, and they're generally not hindered by bad weather. Even if it's cold or if it's rainy, they're generally going to be inside, so weather is not going to cancel them. The cons, they can be hit or miss. And they definitely do want to get the best prices for their clients. So yes, they are discounting stuff, but they are pricing it to be a little bit higher for their client. They do know they need to move it, so they will be pretty aggressive with things as well. They are first come, first served, so if it's a really good sale, you might have to get up early, which might not be for everybody. And they can be infrequent, and they can be limited in number. And if they're all on the same weekend, you can really only go to one at a time. They might be kind of spread out depending on where you live in the country. How do you find estate sales? EstateSales.net is really the go-to place. They have a website as well as a really, really good app. A lot of times websites don't have a really good app to match with them. EstateSales.net is one that does have a really good app. I use it all the time. You can find your local estate sale company websites just using Google. I recommend doing that because they don't always advertise all of their sales on EstateSales.net. So you might be missing them if you aren't using, if you aren't checking their direct website and only using what's on EstateSales.net. There are some online estate sales sites. The two big ones are AuctionNinja.com and MaxSold.com. I've bought from both of them. I find that there are some really, really good deals. The pros, they're often local pickup only, which takes a lot of the competition out, which means the only people who are going to be able to bid on something are people that are close enough to go and pick it up. So it means you can sometimes get some really good items for really good prices. The cons are the same thing. It's often local pickup only. So you might find something that looks really interesting, but it's simply too far away and it doesn't make any sense to go there. Those are things to consider when you're looking at online estate sales. But if it's across the country, some of them will even ship. My third one are thrift stores. I love going to thrift stores. The pros, they're open up all year. They're a consistent source of new potential flips. And of course, they're generally weatherproof. It's raining, it doesn't matter, the thrift store is still going to be open. The cons, items are sorted and priced by staff, and good items can end up having higher prices, sometimes behind the counter in a special jewelry cabinet. Things that are higher value are going to be found back there. They're going to try and get as much money for their items as possible, and I support them in doing that. But you can still find some underpriced items that kind of slip through. They didn't realize how valuable something might have been. But it's likely going to have the most competition because they're there all the time. Everybody knows where they are. So if you have competition in your area, they're probably be hitting up the thrift stores in some kind of pattern, and you might want to have your own pattern to do that. How to find them? Simple, Google Maps. Don't overthink this one. There's usually not any hidden thrift stores. If they exist, they're going to be on Google and Google Maps. Now, this was the one that I thought you guys might not be aware of, or you might not think would be in my top 4, and those are local book sales. Every library has local book sales. You usually have them once a month, twice a year, maybe even once a year. You're going to be different for different libraries, but you can find tons of potential flips all in one place. And books are easy to scan, they're easy to evaluate, they're easy to store, they're easy to ship. And I really feel that book sales have been under the radar lately. I think maybe people got burnt out on them, or there are just too many people scanning books at one time, so kind of everybody quit at the same time, and then they didn't realize that, wait a minute, if everybody quit, I can go back. There's not going to be too much competition. I've had some great luck at local book sales lately. The cons are they can be infrequent. They can have high competition depending on where you are, if it looks like a really good sale that they've advertised. And again, there's no guarantees. There's really no guarantees with any of them, although I can't think of a time where I went to a bunch of yard sales or an estate sale and didn't buy something. So how to find book sales? Booksalefinder.com is the main one, or just contact your local libraries and ask. The local library may not necessarily be advertising on Booksalefinder.com, so call them, make sure that you're not missing out on any sales that might be right around the corner from you. And the other places, of course, there's more than just 4. There's flea market, there's antique malls, there's Facebook Marketplace, there's Craigslist, consignment shops, local auction, the Goodwill outlets, the bins. I haven't been to the bins in a long time. I've been seeing some videos on YouTube about the bins. It looks crazy and it looks really, really fun. And bonus, if you are new to flipping, start by looking up things around the house. You don't have to leave the house. You've got stuff at home that has barcodes on it. I guarantee it. Start with board games, video games, books, media. You get to practice at home, and you might be surprised at what some things are worth. Things can be worth more than you think sometimes. So, my 4 steps to finding and evaluating flips. Okay? 4 steps. Remember, the flip game is a decision game. Okay, so as we go through each step, you have to make a decision. The phone, the apps, they're not going to make decisions for you. You have to make this decision. And you are the one that makes this decision for step 1 is where we're going to start. Do you know what an item is? Okay, so you found an item. You're like, okay, maybe that one. Do you know what it is? If you do, great. Go straight to step 2. But if you don't, you have to decide if you're going to take the time to look the item up, because we have a phone in our pocket that can do anything. You can look up anything, but you can't look up everything. It'll take too long. You have to be efficient. Okay, so we're going to decide if it's worth taking the time to look it up. Here's how you make that decision. This is a decision that you're making without using your phone, right? This is before the phone. This is, okay, this looks maybe interesting. I don't know what it is. What am I going to do? Think of it this way. Is the item new, right? Is it branded? Does it have a barcode? Any of these things, it's going to be a plus. Like, yeah, maybe I should look this up, right? It might be really easy to look up if it has a barcode. Does it stand out? Does it look expensive? Does it look valuable? Does it look interesting, unique? Does it look like it's high quality item? If yes, take the time to look it up. Scan the barcodes. Use keywords on eBay. Use Google Lens, okay? But if not, if the item is used, unbranded, cheap, common, low quality, pass and move on to the next item because it's likely junk. Not everything is something. So you can't just see something like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's valuable. Maybe, but it may not be. It may be worth a quarter. And if you look up everything that might be valuable, you're going to spend way too much time and you're going to miss the good flips. So make this decision. Say, yes, I want to take the time, or no, I don't want to take the time. Now, continuing step 1, did you find it? Did you figure out what it is? Do you know what it is now? If yes, like earlier, we're going to step 2. If not, it's time to make a second decision, okay? You couldn't find it, or you couldn't find it very fast. Now, does it look interesting enough to buy it anyway? Does it look like it might have some kind of potential? Or is it so inexpensive, like $1, that you'd rather just buy it and figure it out later? Okay, think about if you're at an estate sale and you pick something up and you're like, this looks really interesting. I wonder if this is valuable. You'd spend 1 minute trying to look it up. You can't find it, but it's only $1. And you see everybody else running around, going and picking up different things and putting stuff in their bags, and you're there messing over something for $1. That's when you say, you know what? I'm going to take a chance on it. I like it. I think it has potential. I'm just going to buy it for $1. You have to make that decision. If you can't make that decision, put it back and move on to the next item. You can't spend too much time looking up inexpensive items, okay? So if you want to buy it, just buy it. If not, make the decision to pass and move on to the next item. All right, we're on to step number 2. Now that you know what the item is, do you know what it sells for online? Now, if you have some experience, you might say, yeah, I know exactly what this is, and I know exactly what it sells for online. I've sold this trackball mouse 10 times already. I don't have to look it up. But if you don't, now you know what it is, but you don't know what it sells for online, this is what you have to do on this step. We're going to look up prices using the eBay app to figure out what the item is worth online. And be sure to look up sold prices, not just active prices. People are going to ask whatever they want. Sold prices. We want to know that item is actually sold for those prices. Okay. You know what the item is. You know what it sells for. Is it priced low enough to make a profit? Right? We're on to step number 3. Is it priced low enough to make a profit? You know what it sells for, right? But that's not enough information. If it sells for 50, but they're asking 40, it's not going to be a flip. Okay, so we found an item, we know what it is, we identified it, we see it sells for $50 online. Now, is it priced low enough to make a profit? You're like, yeah, it's only $5. Great. There's still one more step though. Okay, so if it's priced low enough to make a profit, we're going to go on to step 4. If not, we're going to pass and move on to the next item. And you might be thinking, Chris, we just said it's a flip. It's $50 and it can get it for $5. What on earth is step number 4? Right? You still have one more decision to make. If this is an item that you want to buy and resell. And I'm guilty of this. I buy stuff that's too heavy. I buy stuff that's too big. I buy stuff that's too fragile. This is the step that you have to make. This last decision, step number 4, do you want to mess with it? Right? Real fancy question. You want to mess with it? Right? Or is the item too big? Is it too heavy? Is it too fragile? Or is it a slow seller? Yeah, it sells for 50, but only sells for 50 once every year. Is it worth holding on to for that long? For you, it might not be. You might say, yeah, this is a really great flip. And hey, if anybody's into like big stuff, this is a great flip over here. And let someone else know about it. You have to decide if it's something that makes sense for you to flip. You might not have a lot of storage space. You might not have a lot of capital to buy inventory. You might have all kinds of different reasons for not wanting to buy something that's too big, too heavy, too fragile, too slow of a seller, or any other reason. So you still have to make a decision for step number 4. If it's a flip, that's great. But if any of these things apply to you, pass and move on. Be okay with leaving a flip behind. Otherwise, if you're like, yeah, I'll totally mess with it. Buy it and flip it. You found a flip. You went through the 4 steps and you found a flip. Perfect, simple, easy. And I even made you guys a flip flowchart. You can print this out and refer to it as needed. It has every single step on here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. If you'll yes all the way through, that's going to be a buy it and flip it. If any of them are no's, it's going to tell you what to do next to figure out if it is something that you should flip. So again, you can print this out. I will post it in your Facebook group. I'll send it out by email. You guys can do whatever you want with this. And of course, you can edit it if you want to make it just a little bit different for your situation. All right, the find for method. This is another one that I think is kind of new. I don't think anybody's really been talking about find for flipping method. So I hope you guys track along with me because I want to help you guys increase your flipping efficiency by a factor of 5. And the find for method will do that for you. 5 times as many flips, 5 times as much profit. And here's how we're going to break it down. Say there are 100 items at a yard sale, 100 items at a thrift store, 100 random items. You don't know where they came from. They just put them out, haven't been picked through, haven't been sorted. 100 items. On average, 4 of them will be flips. Sometimes more, sometimes fewer, but on average, 4 of them are going to be flips because these are just random items. There's going to be a lot of junk mixed in. Now, you could look up everything. If you have no idea what anything sells for, you could look up whatever you want. Look them all up. That's simply not practical. It would take forever. And the truth is that most of that stuff is not going to be flippable, even if you got the items for free. So how do you find the 4 items in the most efficient way possible? Kind of sounds like a riddle, right? Like it's like mathematics, is like Dr. Wizard or something. No. How do you decide what to look up and what to look behind? Okay. With the find for method, you're going to find these 4 flips in 1/5 the time because we're only going to look up 20 items. We're not going to look up 100 items. Okay. So let me explain how this works. This is based on Pareto's 80-20 principle. You may have heard about this. If not, you can Google it. Pareto's principle for 80-20. Here's a couple of examples. I think it's going to make sense really quick. 80% of the time, you're wearing 20% of your clothes. 80% of the traffic is on just 20% of the roads. 80% of your profits are likely coming from 20% of your products. You're going to see this pattern over and over and over because it's practically everywhere, including in the world of flips. And this is how you find the same flips in 1/5 the time by only looking up 20 items, 20% of the items, and not 100. Because 80% of items at yard sales, thrift stores, and estate sales are likely not worth flipping, even if you got them for free. Okay? But that doesn't mean that the other 20% of the items are flips. Okay? It's not like either or kind of thing. What it does mean is that only 20% of the items are worth looking up, worth spending your time on. But it's not about knowing which items are in the 20%. It's about knowing which items are in the 80%, or more specific, which kinds of items are in the 80%. If you can tell the 80% of bad items, the leftover 20% of items is where the potential flips are going to be. These 20 items are the items that you should take the time to look up. And you can ignore the other 80 items. You can't make a list of all the good things to flip. The list would just be ridiculously long. It would not be practical at all. But you can get really, really good at knowing what kinds of items are in the other 80%. These items will usually be cheap, common, low quality, stuff you're going to see everywhere. If you see them over and over and over again at every sale and every store, they're going to be too common, very, very unlikely to be profitable, even if you got them for free. Very, very low chance of being flips. And if you can get good at this part, then everything else will be in that 20%. And the potential flips are going to be in that 20%. And you'll only be looking up the 20 items using your phone to find those flips. In 1/5 the time, it would take you to look up all 100 items. Even if you have no idea which items are the flips. That's why we use our phones to look things up. Remember, we're looking stuff up. We don't know what the flips are. We're going to look them up to see if they're flips. All right? I hope this makes sense. I know I'm going a little quick through this. Remember, everything that 20% of items isn't necessarily flippable. It just means that these are the items worth looking up. Here's the magic, right? There's one more step to this. Here's where the Find For comes in. We now apply that same 80-20 rule to the 20 items. Okay? It's not just 80-20 on the 100. It's now 80-20 on that 20 that we have found. 80% of these 20 items won't be flippable either. This will be for various reasons. They either don't sell for a high enough price online, or they're priced too high at the store or at the sale to leave any profit, or they looked interesting and they look like they have potential, but after looking them up, they just ended up not being good flips. This is exactly why we look things up before we buy. We're using the apps on our phones to find the 20% of these 20 items that are flippable. Remember, not everything in the 20% that you look up will be flippable. We're using our phones and looking things up to confirm that they are flips or not. And we first use the 80-20 to rule out 80% of the items that have no chance of being flips, so we don't waste our time looking up things that are likely junk. We then use the 80-20 rule again to find the 4 flips out of the remaining 20 items. And remember, we're looking for 4 items out of 100 that are profitable flips. Did I lose you? Recap it one more time. I know we're going in a bit of a circle on it. Out of 100 items at a sale, 80% of those items will likely be junk, not worth flipping or even looking up. 20% of those items will be worth a closer look. 4 of those items, 20% of the 20, will have the best chance of being flips. Sometimes more than 4, sometimes fewer than 4, but we use the apps on our phone to figure out which items out of the 20 are actually flippable, so that we only buy profitable flips. And this strategy will increase your efficiency by a factor of 5, because you're going to find these same flips in 1/5 the time by only looking up 20 items and not 100. This is how experienced flippers find more flips faster. Their experience isn't in knowing what to look up. I know it's an easy way to think of it. Oh, they just know what to buy. They know what the flips are. It's not. It's not that they know what to look up. It's knowing what not to look up. All these decisions that they make that you don't even realize, when they pass by, they're making a decision not to look those things up. Not because they absolutely know for sure, but they know it's very unlikely for that to be a flip. So when they take the time to look something up, it has a better chance of being a good flip. Now, experienced flippers are not better at knowing what to look up. It might feel that way, but it's actually because they are better at knowing what not to look up. Think about it. If they knew which items were flips, they wouldn't be looking things up anyway, right? They don't know which items are flips. They just know which ones aren't flips. They're more selective, okay? They're still looking things up. They're more selective with the items that they take the time to look up. Now, with experience, they now have a better idea of what not to look up. And this is the secret. Most people think about this the other way around. They want lists of BOLOs, and they think of other people just know what to buy, when it's really about just having some experience and making good decisions about which items to look up. So we just covered the 4 secrets, the 4 sources, the 4 steps, and the Find 4 method. And I want to clarify some things about the flips opportunity, because I get a lot of questions about flipping. And one of the questions is, can I still flip if I live outside of the USA? Or can I still flip if I have a very, very low budget? Can I still flip if I'm limited in leaving the house? And the answer to all these questions is yes. It absolutely can. Flipping will look a little bit different to everyone, and that's okay. Some will want to go big, and some will happily stay small. But since you can find flips online, you can literally find flips anywhere in the world. You can shop any country that's selling something that can be flippable from your computer. Now, different circumstances will have different challenges, but the flips opportunity is there for everyone. So the Find 4 method really made it clear how valuable it is to have experience. So how can you fast track this? Experience is what makes you massively more efficient. And remember what I told you earlier is that I have a way to gain years of experience and get better at flipping from home. Well, I'm almost ready to show you that. But first, I do have a major announcement, things I think you guys have been waiting for, because you're all here to learn about more flips, and you're here to learn how to make more money online. And you're here because you want a free copy of my new book, The Flip Game, which you guys will all receive. And I know that a lot of you guys want to also know what's next. They want to know how you guys can get better at flipping. Well, how would you like to spend your summer flipping, making money, and having fun? Well, if so, I have just the thing for you. I am super excited to finally announce the 2023 Summer Flips Challenge. This summer, you can spend 10 weeks with me finding and sharing flips every single weekend. Starting on July 2nd, you can join me every Sunday night for a weekend flip recap. 10 weeks, 10 live coaching calls, 10 Q&A sessions, and access to me all summer long through the Summer Flips Challenge. If you've got flipping questions, you can get flipping answers, including 10 weekly challenges. And if you complete all 10 challenges, then you will complete and win the Flips Challenge. And yes, I will really send you a Flips medal in the mail if you complete the Flips Challenge. A lot of people think I'm joking about this, but yes, I actually send out these medals for people who complete my challenges. And as a bonus, you won't just be learning from me. I will have a co-host for the 2023 Summer Flips Challenge all summer long. Introducing the co-host of the Summer Flips Challenge, Kristen Ostrander. I think some of you guys may know her. She's been in this space teaching eBay and Amazon and flipping and making money in entrepreneurship for a long time. You can find her online. She is the creator of mommyincome.com, the host of the Amazon Files podcast. She's a dynamic Amazon selling mom who dedicates her energy to helping others start and scale businesses on Amazon using her signature wholesale bundle system. And with a unique wholesale bundling approach to Amazon backed by $1 million wholesale bundle framework, she and her students have garnered over $20 million in online bundle sales in the past 5 years. And with 2 decades of e-commerce experience, Kristen is the down-to-earth flipping expert that you are looking for. She is a fellow seller in the trenches with her students and fully equipped to teach the necessary skills online sellers need to create long-term sustainable income on Amazon and beyond. And there is one more thing that you guys should know about the Summer Flips Challenge is when you join the challenge, you can be part of the very first Summer Flips Scavenger Hunt. I am super excited about this. This is going to be probably one of the most fun things we have ever done this summer. The Summer Flips Scavenger Hunt. If you find all 10 items on the Summer Flips Scavenger Hunt, you will become a Flips champion. Flips champion? Well, what do I get if I become Flips champion? Seriously, you can win your very own Flips championship ring. I'm not joking. If you find all 10 items this summer during the Summer Flips Challenge and complete the Summer Flips Scavenger Hunt, I will send you a Flips Championship ring in the mail. I will absolutely send you one of these rings in the mail. It's the ultimate Flip Flex. Can you imagine flexing a Flips Championship ring? Like, are you a Flips champion? Well, yes, I am a Flips champion. You can see my championship ring right here. By the end of this challenge, you will have new flip knowledge, you will have new flip skills, and you'll have massive flipping confidence. By the end of the challenge, you'll know so much more about so many different bolos, and just one new bolo can put some big profits in your pocket. And as another bonus, if you join before July 2nd, you'll get a printed copy of the flip game absolutely free. That is a $29 value, not the Kindle version, which you guys are all getting for free. You also get a printed version that you can carry around with you when you join the challenge. And you can join this Flips challenge. It's just $197 for the entire 10 weeks, the entire summer. Of course, this does include the paperback copy, $29 value. I put the link down here at flips.net/challenge. And I actually think I can put up another little thing, if I can find it. There it is. Or actually, let's use this one instead. Flips.net/challenge is how you can join. If this sounds like something that you would like to do all summer long, is to join a fun community, to learn together, to win the Flips Challenge medal, and potentially a Flips Championship ring. I'll keep that link up there. If you have a phone, you can also scan that code that I put up right there. And there is a PayPal option on that page as well for anybody that really, really likes PayPal. So you're going to get 10 weeks of access to me. You're going to get 10 weeks of access to Kristen. We're going to share our best flips all summer long. We'll probably have a few competitions between us. You're going to learn from 2 experienced flippers and be part of an amazing and fun community. You can come flip with us all summer long. Here's a code that you can scan if you want an easier way to do that. Or, of course, you can just type in flips.net/challenge. PayPal is an option on that page, as well as just regular payment. Now, there's more. There is more. There is more. I did want to tell you guys about the challenge. I did want to go over all of the 4 flips, the 4 steps, the Find 4 method, the 4 secrets, all these things. There is more. I know you guys have been waiting because I keep teasing you a little bit, like, how do I fast track? How do I get all of this experience? It's going to help me be 5 times faster. How am I going to get so much better at knowing what not to look up? Well, remember I said I have a way for you to get years of flip experience from home? Years? Well, for the first time ever, I'm pleased to announce the Profits in Plain Sight Flip Practice Guides. Nobody knows about these. Literally, nobody. You guys here on this webinar are the first people on the planet to know about this amazing, insane project that I've been working on behind the scenes. 3 flip practice guides that you can use. These are insane, absolutely insane. 3 separate full color textbooks. Huge. Hundreds and hundreds of pages. They are all over 500 pages. 1 for Google Lens, 2 for barcoded and model numbered products, and 3 for books. And you can use these to practice looking up flips from the comfort of home. You don't even have to leave the house. I used to tell people that if they wanted to learn how to flip, they should go to a thrift store and simply look up everything. And it would actually work. You get a lot of practice. But what if I could bring the thrift store to you? What if you could do all of this at home? Well, look at book number 1, Google Lens. Over 1,000 individual, unique images taken by me, all unique images of flips that you can search for using Google Lens on your phone. Sit there with this book in full color and use your phone to look up products and get a feel for products that are really good. Get a feel for products that aren't very good, although most of them are actually pretty good. If you can't find it, no problem. I have included scannable QR codes to Google search results on every single page. So try to figure it out for yourself. If you can't, just scan the QR code. It's going to tell you exactly what that product is so that you can learn what the product is, characteristics of the product, what it sells for, and now you're going to be loading up your brain with all of these all the items. When you go out and you see something, it's like, oh, I know that. I scanned that in the book. I know that's a winner. Or, oh, I've scanned that in the book, and I know it's not a winner. Or I've scanned that in the book, and I know what it's worth. Oh, they're charging too much for it here. You're going to know all of these things without having to get your phone out. And that's how you become a more experienced and better flipper, because you're going to have this knowledge in your head. It's the knowledge that your competitors have that you don't realize is in their head because you can't see inside their brain. But this will help you learn what to look for when you're out at yard sales, thrift stores, and estate sales. Over 500 pages. I'm starting to lose my voice. printed in full color. And you can try it right now. If anybody has their phone out right now, you can hold up the Google Lens app to this product. This is the Cheat Plush. It came out in 2005 or 2006 as part of the Homestar Runner website. If you guys go way back on the internet, you might recognize this. This guy sells for $200 to $300 on eBay. And I have one right here, as you can see. And if you scan it with Google Lens, it's going to tell you exactly what it is in a split second. Then you can scroll down and see what it sells for. You can try it right now. This is the Dive Helmet Ice Bucket that I picked up for $10. Google Lens will tell you exactly what it is. Scroll up just a little bit and you're going to see exactly what it sells for and how good of a deal it is. And this is Bill the Cat. Of course, Google Lens can find this in a split second and tell you what it sells for online. You're going to know if it's a deal to flip or not. Of course, depending on how much they are charging you for it at an estate sale, yard sale, or thrift store. So practice on over 1,000 different images from the comfort of home. And that's just book one. We also have book two, over 400 barcoded products that you can scan using the eBay app on your phone. You can use the Amazon app or any dedicated scanning app. And if you don't have a dedicated scanning app, I have included results on eBay and on Amazon and using a scanning app so you can see the prices and see exactly what it looks like to find a barcoded product. Now remember, the eBay catalog is deeper than the Amazon catalog. So if you use the eBay app, completely free, you can scan all of the barcodes in this book, and then you're going to load your brain up with like, ooh, I've scanned something like this before and it was valuable. That looks really similar. I'm going to make sure I look that product up. Instead of, I don't know what that is, should I? You're going to know, yes, you should, because you've scanned something similar to it before. Over 100 model numbered products as well, electronics, things that you can definitely identify because they have a model number. A brand and a model number makes it so easy to identify something with certainty. And you're going to have over 100 products that you can look up. You can, of course, use Google Lens on these products as well. But you definitely have the model numbers to know exactly what the items are. And you're going to load your brain up and start to memorize some of these things almost by accident by going through these books. Over 500 pages printed in full color. And you can try it right now if you have the eBay app up. I know I'm going a little quick, so if you have to open the app, you might not get here on time. But if you scan this barcode with the eBay app, you're going to find that, yes, this thing sells for $500 to $600. This is the exact same product that I bought and sold on eBay. Same with this. This video game here sells for hundreds of dollars. If you didn't know that, scan the barcode. And now that you know this product sells for this much, you can have your eyes open for it. So when you see it, like, ooh, I know that. I don't have to scan that. I know exactly what that product is. You're going to get so much better at finding flips. Another one, this is Golden Tee Golf, factory sealed, got it at a yard sale for $10, sold it for $100. Got the barcode so that you can scan it yourself and start to see what it comes back. See those scanning results in eBay, on Amazon, by scanning these barcodes. All these barcodes are included in the book. It was painstaking, to be honest, to make these books. But I did it because I think they will really, really help you. And of course, this DVD set, if you scan this barcode, it's going to show you that it sells for hundreds of dollars on eBay. And I picked this up. I can't believe I picked this up for $5. They just wanted it gone. I can't believe it, but I was happy to buy it. So you can practice on over 500 barcodes and over 100 different model numbers from the comfort of home. And of course, there's one more. Right? There's another one. And I used to tell people if they want to learn how to scan books specifically, they should go to a book sale or a thrift store and scan literally every book that they have. It's how you're going to learn to look for the right pricing information. But what if I could bring the book sale to you? Right? You see where I'm going with this? Book 3, Flipping Books, over 1,000 books and barcodes you can scan and learn how to read the pricing data. Every single book in here has been hand photographed by me. These are books that I have bought to resell and flip myself. Over 500 pages printed in full color. And don't sleep on books. You see this stack of books? This stack alone is worth almost $2,000. And each of these came from an estate sale for $2 each. I probably could have got them for $1 each, but I just took them for $2 each. I did not argue with them. And you can see this one is listed on Amazon, lowest price, over $200. This one's a little crazy, almost $1,000. I would definitely take a lower price on this book. I don't need to hold out for $1,000, but I'll definitely buy it for $2. This book sells for $76. This book sells for $145. This one is $250. This one is listed at $43. I might keep that one. This one is about string theory. Whenever you see something like string theory or all the general relativity, you're usually going to be good. $40, $50, $60 books. These are so easy to find. You're going to have the images of the book. You're actually going to have an image of me holding the book so that you have a size reference, not just a cover, You can say, oh, I see how kind of big that book is. I kind of see if they're glossy or if they're not glossy. It gives you a better feel for when you see something, you're like, I've seen something similar to that. Definitely something that you want to go check and scan because they're going to have barcodes on the back. All the barcodes are included on all of these books, so you can scan them from the comfort of home and get so much better at scanning books so you can flip them. So these 3 books are going to 5 times your flips. They're going to 5 times your profits. They're going to help you identify and avoid the 80% of items that are not flips. So you're only looking up the 20% of items that might be flips. And that's the 80-20 rule of the Find 4 method. Now, these books let you practice from the comfort of home. And each of these books is priced at $199 each. They're big, they're thick, they're heavy, they're full color, they're expensive to print. But as the ultimate flips training package, you can save $297 on the Profits in Plain Sight trilogy when you join the Summer Flips Challenge. So you get the Summer Flips Challenge and the Flip Game book for $29 value. You get both of those for $197, and you can add all 3 of the Profits in Plain Sight trilogy books for just $300. That's $100 each on each book. It's like joining the Summer Flips Challenge and getting the Profits in Plain Sight books for just $100 each. It's almost half off. The Ultimate Flips Training Package, again, join the Summer Flips Challenge, and you're going to get book number 1 for Google Lens for $100, book number 2 for Barcode Booty for $100, and book number 3, Flipping Books for $100. And if you join before July 2nd, you also get a printed copy of the Flip Game for free. That's a $29 value. The Flip Game, the Profits in Plain Sight trilogy of books, and the 10-week Summer Flips Challenge with me and Kristen Ostrander. You get everything for just $497. This is a special launch webinar price only. Once the challenge starts, the price is going to change. And you can scan this QR code if you want, or just go to flips.net/challenge. It has a PayPal option available. I know a lot of people who sell on eBay definitely want to use PayPal. That option will be there. Just scroll down a little bit if you're looking for the PayPal option. Now, keep in mind that just one flip this whole summer can pay for the entire package, right? You've seen me buy things for $10 that sell for $500 and $600 on eBay. Just one flip like this is going to pay for the entire thing. All right, but I've got something even better for you. Once the challenge starts, the special offer does go away. You are getting a discount if you join during the special launch. But I'm so confident that you're going to love these Profits in Plain Sight practice books and the Summer Flips Challenge that I'm offering a full 100% money-back guarantee. You can get the books. If you're not completely blown away, just ask for a refund. No questions asked. And yeah, for real, you can keep the books. You can keep the books. This is my favorite slide right here. Whoa. Whoa. That's a good deal. That's a good offer. That's a good guarantee. Yes, that's right. If you aren't satisfied by the end of the challenge, you can get a full refund and keep all of the books as my gifts to you. I like this slide so much I put it in again. Whoa. I'm guessing some of you guys are like, that's a good deal. I've never seen anybody put up a deal like that. You'll love it, or you can just keep all the books. You don't have to return the books. Nope. No one, seriously, no one makes a guarantee like this. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose. I have removed all possible risk. You'll either love the challenge or you'll get the books for free. Love the challenge and the books. I am so confident that you love both of them, or keep the books for free. Take the challenge, get the books, and let me know by the end if you had a great time during the challenge, or if it's not for you, hey, no problem. You can keep the books with a 100% money-back guarantee. But this is a limited time offer. Once the challenge starts, this offer does go away. And the challenge starts on July 2nd. Okay, here's the link again, flips.net/challenge. PayPal option is available. I appreciate you guys staying. I wanted this to be under an hour, but it looks like we're going a little bit over, and my voice is just barely hanging on. So let me give you guys a quick recap of this, and then we're gonna get to the winners. I know you guys have been maybe patiently waiting for the winners. They will come up. Everyone gets the Flip Game book on Kindle for free. Everybody that's here, everybody that registered for the webinar, whether you're here or not, I will send you a link to that. Don't worry about that. You can upgrade your Flip Game and get the 10-week Summer Flips Challenge for just $197. And that includes a $29 printed copy of the Flip Game book. You're going to get 10 weeks of Flips training and spend the summer with me and Kristen Ostrander as we hang out every Sunday night and talk about our weekend flips. And you can be part of an amazing and fun Flips community. And if you complete the challenge and get the Flips Challenge Completion Award, I will send you this in the mail. I will literally send you a medal that you can wear and say, yes, I completed the Summer Flips Challenge. And if you complete the scavenger hunt, you will get the Flips Championship ring. I am not joking. Find all 10 items and I will send you a Flips Championship ring in the mail. Join the 10-week Summer Flips Challenge and get the printed book all for just $197. You can use the link that is on the screen. Or you can upgrade and get the Ultimate Flips Training Package, and that's going to include 3 separate full-color textbooks with thousands of items you can practice on at home. Book number 1 for Google Lens, over 1,000 images of flips that you can search using Google Lens on your phone. Can't find it? No problem. There are QR codes that you can use to see the Google search results so you can learn exactly what an item is. Number 2, Barcode Booty has over 400 items with scannable barcodes that you can scan and look up at home, as well as 100 model number products that you can look up on the eBay app on your phone. And book number 3, over 1,000 books, images, and barcodes that you can scan and learn how to read pricing data all from home. These 3 books will 5 times your flips and 5 times your profits. They will help you identify and avoid those 80% of items that are not flips. That way you're only looking up the 20% of items that might be flips. And this is that 80-20 rule of the Find 4 method. These books let you practice from the comfort of home. And each of these books is priced at $199, but you can get them all for just $100 each when you join the Summer Flips Challenge. So the Ultimate Flips Training Package, you can save $297 on the trilogy of books when you join the Summer Flips Challenge. You get the Summer Flips Challenge and the book for $197. Or you can upgrade and get the Profits in Plain Sight trilogy for just $300. You're saving $297 on the trilogy when you join the challenge. $197 for the challenge, and you get each book for just $100 each as a bonus when you upgrade to the Ultimate Flips Training Package. But you have to join before July 2nd to get a printed copy of the Flip Game for free and get this special offer. The Flip Game plus Profits in Plain Sight trilogy of books plus the 10 weeks of summer challenge. You get everything for $497 and just one flip this summer can pay for the whole package. Something like this, you just stumble on and find a $500 or $600 product where you put all that profit in your pocket. It'll happen. I can't believe it keeps happening to me. I'm like, how do I stumble onto these things? This is why I share these things, because if it can happen to me, it can definitely happen to you as well. You get everything for $497. And it's like joining the Flips Challenge. You get the Flip Game book for free and then getting all 3 Profits in Plain Sight practice guides for just $100 each, saving you $297. If you just bought the 3 books, you'd pay $597. But as a special launch offer, you get all 3 of the Profits in Plain Sight practice books, plus the Summer Flips Challenge, plus the Flip Game, all at a $100 discount, and you get everything for $497. But once the challenge starts on July 2nd, this $100 discount does go away. I'm so confident that you're going to love the Profits in Plain Sight practice package that I'm offering a full 100% money-back guarantee. Get the books, take the challenge. If you aren't completely blown away, just ask for a refund. No questions asked, and you can keep the books. Whoa. Whoa is right. This is an amazing guarantee. If you aren't satisfied by the end of the challenge, you can get a full refund and keep all of the books as my gifts to you. These books aren't cheap, but I'm so confident that they will help you, and you'll be so much better at flipping, and you'll be much more confident. You'll be finding so many more flips that I'm confident that you are going to be very, very satisfied with the books, especially the practice guides. But if you're not, you can keep all the books. That is the guarantee. I try to remove all possible risk. No one, seriously, no one makes a guarantee like this. If you know of someone who makes a guarantee like this, let me know. Actually, I'd be curious. You have everything to gain with nothing to lose. I have removed all risk. You're going to love the challenge, and you're going to love the books, or you can keep all the books for free as my gifts to you. But this is a limited time offer. Once the challenge starts, this offer does go away. So you have till July 2nd to join the challenge. That is when the challenge starts. Remember I said that the flip game is a decision game? Well, it's that time right now. It's time where you have to make a decision. You have to decide if you want to join the challenge. You have to decide if joining the challenge is something that makes sense for you to get better at flipping, to learn something, to join a community, to meet other people who flip, whatever it might be. This is a decision to make between now and July 2nd to join the challenge and lock in that discount on the Profits in Plain Sight practice guides. Again, you guys are the very first to learn about these practice guides. They have been a long time in the making, and they are truly amazing. So I've done everything that I can to put together the most amazing summer flips training package with the best money back guarantee that you've ever seen. So I hope to see all of you on July 2nd for the start of the Summer Flips Challenge, whether you upgrade and get the Profits in Plain Sight practice guides or not. The Summer Flips Challenge is going to be probably one of the best ways that you can spend your summer getting better at flipping and better at making money on the internet. And I want to send out as many awards and as many championship rings as possible. I want to send out as many as possible. So please consider joining the Summer Flips Challenge if you'd like to get a medal or a ring, because I want to send them out. I have so much fun. I don't hire anybody to do this either. I send them out myself. I'm the one who sends them because I really enjoy sending them out to you guys. I didn't forget the contest winners. The contest winners are here. I'm going to go through all 15 of them, and actually we have a 16th prize going out to someone in Jason T. Smith's Facebook group. So here we go. The Jordan shoes. The winner of the Jordan shoes is Marianne Sharman. I hope I say everybody's name correctly. Marianne Sharman. I will be sending you an email in case you are not here live on the webinar to send you these Jordan shoes, which you can then sell on eBay if you want. You'll probably get about $100, $120 for those if you want to flip them, in case you don't want to keep them. All these prizes, of course, you can keep or flip. Now, Bill the Cat is going out to Tanya Lindsay. Congratulations, Tanya. You're going to get Bill the Cat. I will send you an email in case you are not on the call. The Disney towel rack. I can't believe how expensive this thing is. The winner is Cindy Richardson. Cindy, congratulations. You are going to get the towel rack from Disney that you can either keep, maybe you're really into Disney, or you can sell it. You can sell it on eBay as a pretty healthy flip. Roller mouse, number 1. This is about a $50 item that you can either keep or you can flip. The winner is Catherine Clinton. Congratulations, Catherine. I will send you an email. And this tiki mug, kind of sad to see this tiki mug go. The winner of the tiki mug is Peter Kane. Congratulations, Peter. I will send you an email, get your information on that. And this Titleist golf hat. This sells for about $50 to $60 on eBay. And the winner is Peggy Schimmeyer. I hope I'm saying all the names right. I'll do my best. But Peggy, I will send you an email about getting you your prize that you can either keep or you can flip. Jellycat plush. This is definitely a bolo if you see anything with a Jellycat name on it. 3 plush items from Jellycat. The winner is Vicky Honkala. I hope I'm saying your name right, Vicky. I will send you an email about your prize. 2 Hawaiian shirts, one from Hilo Hattie and one from Rain Spooner. 2 shirts go to one person. The winner, Bob Christian. Congratulations, Bob. I will send you an email. The Honey Badger with batteries works, still has the tags, sells for $50 to $60 and says a lot of bad words. Kind of sad to see this guy go. Picked him up at a thrift store, wanted to keep him. However, he's going out as a prize. You can be kept or flipped on eBay. Again, $50 to $60 product. Mark Nawani is the winner of that. Congratulations, Mark. I will send you an email. The USA Patriotic American Flag Crocs, brand new, sell for about $40 to $50 on eBay. The winner, Jeremy Horwitz. Congratulations, Jeremy. I will send you an email about getting your prize. And the Nerf bat. I really didn't want to sell this, but I have 2 of them. I can't believe I keep finding these bats. They sell for $75 to $100 on eBay. And the winner of this item is Paul Vasquez. Paul, congratulations. You can keep it or you can sell it. And definitely everybody should be looking for this item because I bought 2 of them so far for I think $2 and $2.50. The Caddyshack Gopher. Put new batteries in this guy. He works perfectly. He sells on eBay for about $50 to $60. And the winner of this is Harry Gates. Congratulations, Harry. I will send you an email about getting you your prize. And the Lego Advent Calendar. This is from 2011, factory sealed and unused. The winner, Powell. This is the toughest one. Skolnicki, I hope I'm saying your name right. I do have your email, so I will reach out and get your information so I can send you that. Roller mouse number 2. This sells for an easy $50 to $60. The winner, Doug Smagger. Smegger, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Doug. I'll send you an email. Congratulations. And the Hard Rock Cafe jean jacket. This is another $50 item that sells on eBay. The winner of this is Marie Barton. Congratulations, Marie. Look for an email from me so I can get this prize to you. Now, the Dive Bucket Ice Helmet. This is a big prize, and this is only going to somebody from Jason T. Smith's Facebook group. So let's see who the winner is for this one. Dun, dun, dun. Pat Heineman. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly. Pat, congratulations. This is a heck of a prize. I'm going to have to find a pretty big box to ship this thing out to you, but it's an amazing prize. It's an amazing condition. I think you're going to have a great time. I'm guessing you might decide to keep it, but of course it's yours. You'll be able to flip it if you want, and it sells for $250 and up. So congratulations, Pat, on winning that prize. Are there questions? I really tried to keep this to about an hour, and I apologize. I've got a little bit over. I need to really catch up on the chat. Let me go to the chat, and let's just leave it there. Congrats to the winners. Congrats, Pat. Great prize. Now the song is stuck in my head. I'm all right. Oh, that song. Yep, that's the Caddyshack song. Can someone recap the options? My computer went bad at a critical time. Everett, if you're looking for the options to join the Flips Challenge, flips.net/challenge is down below. It's going to have all the options for just joining the challenge, or if you want to upgrade and get the Profits in Plain Sight books. Did it really freeze? And I apologize, it froze on the prizes. It should be working. I think it's working for most people. That's scary looking. I just sold Bill the cat. Got to wear the shoes, Marianne. Awesome, awesome. So there's so many comments. I might not be able to go back all the way and find any comments. eBay's a lot easier than years ago. It definitely is. You can run everything from your phone. We do eBay basics, absolutely. I try not to get into eBay basics. That's actually a good question. Like, who is this for? It's definitely for someone who's already flipping and wants to get better. And it's also for someone who's just getting started, in the sense of, I've seen this in the eBay space. And like I say, I've coached thousands of people through a lot of these things. I don't want people to get ahead of themselves. If you don't have anything to sell, then I think it is getting a little ahead of yourself to like worry about buying boxes to ship stuff. Because if you don't have anything to sell or ship, then like you're kind of wasting your time. You're putting the cart before the horse, figuring out boxes. Now, I'm not saying it's not good to kind of figure out logistics and like I got to get boxes and tape and all that, but that stuff's easy. eBay's been around for a long time. Like, finding a box is not going to be the hurdle to your business. The hurdle is going to be, how do I find stuff to flip? And how do I evaluate it? And how do I know this is good to sell? How do I know if I'm even allowed to sell these things? So if I can help you find products to sell, to me, that's step one. That's the hard part. If you have something to sell, the rest is easy, right? Like, if you have something to sell, then we can figure out the rest. But I think figuring out the rest when you don't have anything to sell is just getting ahead of yourself. And in a way, it's almost like an excuse to not have to go out and do the stuff that actually is going to fuel your business, which is buying inventory, having things to sell. If you have nothing to sell, you're not going to make any money. You've got to have something to sell. So let's see. All right. So if you have questions, put them in now, and I will try to work my way backwards. I use Facebook Marketplace. People do want to bargain. I've had pretty good luck with Facebook Marketplace. Anyone can list on eBay, but how do you know if it sells well? So, question here from Jan. So when you look something up on eBay, first, if you get the exact right item, because you don't want to just have like basic keywords and everything kind of jumbled in there, but if you have the exact items, it's great with barcodes. Barcodes, exact items. And it says there's 19 of these listed. And then you go to sold, it's going to say, okay, here's the sold listings, and there's been 19 sold. So you know, okay, in 90 days, 19 have sold, so I'm kind of going to expect the next 90 days for 19 items to sell. So I know it's going to sell in 3 months. Now, depending on what those numbers are, you might say it's going to sell faster than 3 months. Like those rollerball mouse, I think 250 sold, and they're like 39 listed. Those things sell super, super fast. Now, other items might take longer to sell. So you might say, hey, yeah, I'm willing to wait on this. And I say willing to wait because if you're buying something for $1 that has potential to sell for 70, I don't mind if it sells very infrequently, especially if it's something like books. But these are decisions that you have to make for yourself. You might say, no, I don't want to wait that long, or I don't want to take the chance that I have to wait that long. It maybe never sells. There's no guarantee that anything like that is going to sell in the future. But when you look at all that information, that's when you make good decisions and say, oh, okay, I understand. I'm willing to wait that long. This item matches my specific thrifting and flipping kind of like business model. And not every item is the same. That's why it's not, hey, this item here, everybody's going to buy it. It might be a good flip, but not everybody's going to buy it. It might be too big, too heavy, too slow of a seller. It might be like there might be a lot of flippers who will buy the fragile items because they have a good system for storing and shipping fragile items. Me, fragile items, no, that's not a good mix. Not a good mix. I will leave it behind. I will give it to somebody else. I will know another flipper and say, hey, this item sells for $100 and it's $5 here. Have it. It's fragile and I'm not going to buy it. And that goodwill actually ends up paying off on the road anyway. Someone's talking about George Foreman grills and all. Can you touch upon getting rid of being nervous to look up items at garage sales in front of many people? Jeffrey, perfect question. I love that question. Just don't care. I promise no one cares. And it's so common these days for people to look things up. And it might be just they're chatting on their phone and not actually looking anything up. But people want a good deal. And this is what happens. And I understand the question because I feel that way too sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to get this out, get my phone out and look something up right in front of them. Like, what if it's really valuable? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is valuable. And I feel like I'm ripping them off a little bit. I don't feel that way. But what you got to remember is people want to look things up to see if they're getting a good deal or see if it matches something that they have at home, whatever it might be. They might be texting a spouse and being like, hey, do you think we should get one of these things? But what I tell people exactly, because people ask me directly, they'll say, are you a reseller? You sell online? They ask those types of leading questions just because they can see I have my phone, or they ask, what are you looking for? As if some people come up and they're looking for kids' clothes, or they're looking for shoes, or looking for video games. A lot of people go yard selling looking for specific things. I don't look for specific things. I look for anything that can be flipped. So I'm a different type of shopper. So when they ask that, I say, well, I'm looking for stuff for myself and, for my wife. And sometimes I pick stuff up for my neighbors or my family, my kids. And these are all true stories. So when I say I actually have younger nieces and nephews now, so I'm actually looking for toys again, where I wasn't looking for toys for a long time, unless they were flippable toys. And I will say, yes, and sometimes I will even buy stuff to flip. And what I also say is if it's a good enough deal, I will buy it even if I don't need it. And by saying all of these things, which are all completely true, and I include, yes, I might sell this online, it kind of just diffuses the situation. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's cool. Like, he's not being cagey. He's not being secretive. I think if you try to be secretive and look stuff up, kind of on the slide like this, I think that's what sets people's alarms off. They don't care that you're looking it up. They don't care if you're going to resell it. They know a lot of the times that the products they have at their yard sale are expensive. And they know that they're selling it super cheap because they don't want to mess with it. Maybe they've been planning to sell on eBay. Who knows? It doesn't matter. But they have it out there. They have a price on it. If you're willing to pay their price, they're happy. I promise. I can't think of a single time where someone got upset. Well, I can think of dozens of times where someone says, oh, you can actually sell that on eBay and make some good money. They're telling me. They've already looked it up. They know, but they don't want to mess with it. They have a garage sale. They want the cash. They want to be done with it. So it's one of those things. You might just have to do it enough times to where you kind of get over that and be like, I'm just going to do it. And you're going to see that nobody cares. Nobody's looking at you. I promise. Let me know if anybody ever actually finds a place where they're like, oh, you're a reseller, get out of here. I can't even imagine. You're there buying stuff at their sale. They're going to want to sell to you. Needs to get that for resale. You could do that, Maria, if you want. Congratulations on winning a prize, by the way. Jason says, I scan CDs right at the counter of record stores. Yeah, the record store has a price on it. They don't care. I have to get back to it. Do I still get the book? Yes. I will send everything out by email, guys. I'll send everything out by email. He asked if they have video games. I met a friend. Use the code. Do you think Aunt Martha will like this? Gail, I think you're overthinking it, but you're certainly welcome to do that. We could be looking up reviews for items on our phones. Google Lens is my new best friend. I pretend I'm texting with my husband. I stand and giggle looking up the items. But it's a who cares. Everyone looks stuff up on their phones. You won't be the first. It's one of those things, they just don't care. My books are not lists of bolos. Absolutely not. Although the Flip Game book will teach you how to make your own lists of bolos. But no, they are not lists of bolos. They are more good items on the good side because these are products that I bought to flip online. Could you touch upon getting rid of the nervous? Yeah, I got to that point. I thought books are no longer profitable on Amazon after changed the rules and did not allow FBA for books, only merchant fulfilled. Alice, no, you can FBA books, absolutely. You might have heard something wrong on that. Auction or buy it now, which is better? Can you speak briefly about that? So I try to be a fast flipper. And again, everybody, if you had my inventory, you might price it and list it differently. So I tend to put Pretty aggressive buy it nows on there. I probably put best offer on more than I should. But to me, like, I'm flipping stuff that I'm buying for $1, $2, $5, $10 that is selling for $40, $50, $60, $100. So I'm looking to move it. I'm looking to be the next sale. I'm not always looking to get the best price. If it's something that like there really isn't any competition on, I will put something at a higher price and take a best offer on it. But in general, I'm trying to price aggressive because I'm buying this stuff so inexpensively. Now, if you have more money tied up in inventory, if you have higher item costs, like if you're doing more of like an Amazon seller type business, it's gonna be completely different. But for me, it's really buy it now. I think more and more customers are just looking, they know what they want, and they just want to buy it. They're not really interested in bidding and waiting to see if they won. They're like, look, they know what they want and they know what they're willing to pay for it. If I'm willing to take what they're willing to pay for it, I'll just take the sale and be done with it. I've actually been taking a lot of low offers, and I found that's not a great idea because I think they're just not serious and they don't end up paying. So I'm like, what happened? Like, I took your offer, like I gave you a good deal, and they still don't pay. So a little frustrating. Although I've been meaning to try out a new strategy. If someone sends a low offer that I'm willing to take, I will counter with $1 more. So if I have a $150 item, they offer 75, I'll be like, how about 76? Because now if they come back, they have to pay for it. Instead of if I take their $75 offer, they might not actually pay. Although I did see something, I think eBay is finally starting to do automatic payments when you accept offers. I'm not sure. I'd have to check on that. Sneakers, one have to be authenticated by eBay. I did run them through the Legit Check app, and they have been certified by Legit Check as being authentic. The sneakers, I can send that along with the shoes as well. But I've never sold them on eBay, so I don't know if they'll have to go through eBay. If they do go through eBay, I guarantee they'll be authentic. I've already had them authenticated. All right, any new questions down here at the bottom? You don't have to use PayPal. There's just a PayPal option on that. Yeah, Debbie, if you like that $1 method, let me know if it works, because I think it would work. Because I'm just tired. Like, I'll give them a good deal, but I want to like really make it. Like, I hate taking my inventory out of circulation. I've still got a box in the back of my car right now from a best offer that I took, and I brought it so I'd have it with me so I could pack it and ship it when he paid, and he didn't pay. Like, I gave him a good deal. Like, why would he pay for it? You want to be a slow flipper. Sometimes you want to be a slow flipper if you can get a better price. Like, some items sell infrequently. That's just the way it is. But some of those items are very niche and specific, and when people want them, they're willing to pay a big price for them. This is very common in books. If you've heard the phrase long tail books, these are books, they just don't sell very often. They might sell once a year. But when they do, they sell for $300 because it's just very specific, and people who need them, there's only one option that they have. It's a very specific book in a very specific field, whatever it might be. So those are the items I don't mind waiting on, or I'll definitely take a lower price as well in order to maybe get a sale faster. But yes, you can certainly sell slow. If you sell too fast, then your prices are probably too low. Getting books on Amazon has been a big challenge. Yes, it's definitely harder than it used to be. I love flipping books. It's probably one of the more fun ways to do it. Now, Lance says, I mentioned eBay a lot more than Amazon. Curious, since I'm Mr. FBA. Well, I was Mr. FBA. I don't know if I would still be Mr. FBA. There's a lot of people who know more about FBA now than I ever did. But when it comes to flipping, I really can't recommend sending people to Amazon to sell the physical products, the box, the sealed stuff, the barcoded stuff, because you can't prove its authenticity. You don't have a retail receipt. You don't have a wholesale invoice. So while I am very confident, or I'd sell a product on eBay and I have no worries it's going to come back inauthentic, it's just too risky on Amazon for that to happen. So when I'm buying one-off stuff, used stuff that we're going to flip, the best places for those, in my opinion, the two best places are eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Now, depending on the product, you might look at Poshmark, Mercari, whatnot, some of those other type of sites. But eBay is the big one, and Facebook Marketplace is a place where you can get a quick sale, usually cash, especially if it's big or heavy or something you don't want to ship. I've been doing really well with Facebook Marketplace with air conditioners. I bought up a lot of air conditioners at the end of the season last year up here in the Northeast for $25, and I've been selling them in the past few weeks, now that it's getting warmer, for $175. And all I did was sit in my garage for the winter. That was it. Now, remember, that works for me because I'm in a place where that works, where it's seasonal. I have room in the garage. If you live in a third floor, single bedroom apartment, this is not going to be a great plan, which is why I say there are flips out there, but you have to decide if you want to mess with it. If you don't have a vehicle that can move an air conditioner, no, it's not going to make any sense. Ghosting is a big problem. I see a lot of women's bag. How do you authenticate them? If it's something that I'm not confident on, I will leave it behind. I want you guys to be okay leaving stuff behind. And I understand that feeling to where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't leave this behind. What if it's real? What if it's a real Coach bag? What if it's real Louis Vuitton? What if it's real Yves Saint Laurent? Like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, it might be, but it might not be. You might be spending a lot of time on something that even if it is real, you won't be able to prove it's real to a buyer. And now what do? You got this item. You're like, I'm really confident it's real, but you're having trouble selling it. Like Coach bags at thrift stores. I don't look at them. No, it could be a real Coach bag, but I'm not even going to look at it. And I use this example. It's from The Office. Anybody here is a fan of The Office? The episode where Michael comes in and he's got gum in his hair, right? And he's all upset. And everybody's like, oh, what happened? He's like, I got gum in my hair. Like, how do you get gum in your hair? He's like, I saw something shiny and I reached down and I got into the car to see what it was and I got gum in my hair. And Jim says to him, yeah, but best case scenario, it was a quarter, right? Think about that. Best case scenario, it was a quarter, right? Is it really worth risking getting gum in your hair for a best case scenario of a quarter? Like that's what you have to remember. It's like, what's the best case scenario that this is a real Coach bag, right? How many fake Coach bags are you going to look through to maybe find one real one? It's not worth it, right? I found a real Coach bag. How many did you go through? 1,000, right? Like you've lost all of the value at that point. It just doesn't make any sense. Leave the Coach, but not the Louis Vuitton. Yeah, maybe. I just pass on all of them. I don't try to authenticate stuff. I do like finding things that are high quality that aren't highly faked. And there are a lot of brands that do that. You can tell something is high quality, and it's something it's just not something that's being faked. It's not the high-end fashion type stuff. It's going to be very rare. I mean, like you could take a diamond tester to the thrift store. You could. Are you really going to though? Do you really think that you're going to find a diamond that, like, yeah, possible, technically, but probably not. It's probably not a good use of your time to take a diamond tester to a thrift store and try to go through all of the costume jewelry. It's not going to be a good use of your time. So you have to understand, you have to catch yourself and you see, well, but there's a potential. There's a maybe, but that maybe is not worth it, right? There's some shiny into the car. Yeah, but best case scenario, it's a quarter, right? So don't get gum in your hair over that. Leave the Louis Vuitton 99.9% fake. I finally found a Coach bag. Like I have Coach bags, but I don't list them because I think it's just going to be too risky for me. After looking at how to identify fake Coach videos, I'm pretty sure mine is fake. And Chris, that's a great thing to do, actually, is to learn, right? So maybe you bought some of those fake, but you learn how to spot fakes, because I think you're going to be much more likely to find a legitimate Coach bag or Louis Vuitton or something at an estate sale. By the time it goes through enough hands and it ends up on the floor at a thrift store where nobody has pulled it aside, the odds are just too low for me to even consider. But at an estate sale, especially at a nice estate sale, I mean, up here, we got Newport, we got Barrington, Rhode Island. There are some nice places up here where I would not be surprised at all that they had some really high-end stuff. So in those cases, yes, I would be much more interested. So think of it that way. You must learn from the experts and experience with bags. I can tell. I sold a few, but they're already authenticated. Yeah, they're already authenticated. That's great. And there are apps. Right? I use Legit Check app. I mentioned it in the book. Where you can send in pictures and they will verify it for you if they can. If they can't, they'll ask for more pictures. And these are experts, and they have tons of guides that you can also look through. The odds are not in your favor. What is Legit Check app? Just look it up. Put Legit Check app in Google, and you'll find it. So there's still about 360 people here. I'm happy to stay and answer questions. I don't have any new information from the webinar, but if you guys are here and have questions, I will stay here and answer questions. If you guys want to join the challenge, there is a QR code right here in the middle of your screen, or go to flips.net/challenge. I will send you guys out an email with all the information for people that want to join the challenge and upgrade to the Ultimate Flips training package if they want to get their medal and try to win the Flips Championship ring. But I don't want, there's no additional prizes. I went through all the prizes. So I want to respect your time in the sense of, hey, if you guys got the information you want and you want to get on with your day, great. And for everybody else that wants to stick around and ask some more questions, I am happy to stick around for a little bit longer as well. How we access the Kindle book. If you have the Kindle app on your phone or on an iPad or on a Kindle device, you can do that. I'll give you guys PDF version as well if you'd rather just read it on a computer. Can't sell Louis Vuitton on eBay without original sales receipt. You flashed up 2 websites for auction sites. It's going to be hard for me to find that slide, but I can just tell you what they are. They are auctionninja.com and maxsold.com. Is there a payment option or just one payment? Carrie, there's currently only one payment unless you go through PayPal, and they might give you like an automatic payment system. Auctionninja.com and maxsold.com. Auction Ninja, make sure I spell it right. There, I put it in twice somehow. Should I receive an email after I purchased the challenge? Maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't gone through that part, Stephen. But if you purchased it, you will be getting everything. Kay Smith says, thanks for the great webinar. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate you being here. Purchase eBay or pirate ship shipping labels and mail. They might authenticate at the Coach store, but I'm not sure they'll do it in writing. See, all of these questions to me are like, I'm just not messing with. There are too many other flips to mess with instead of like, well, maybe, like how much time, money, effort are you going to spend on a Coach bag that might sell for a few $100s? I don't, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Question, what is your overall best flip ever? Best flip, it's hard to quantify exact flips. Those two ones that I showed you, the $500 and $600 barcoded products, they're just on the shelf at a thrift store. Anybody could have scanned them. I'm happy that I did and sold them. But if you think about a group flip, I mean, I bought those 54 t-shirts that are valued at about $15,000 to $16,000. I mean, the $10 ice bucket. I mean, the number of shoes that I purchased for $1, $2, $5 that are Jordan shoes, Jordan Concords. What's the brand I'm thinking of? Oh, Comme des Garçons. I've got some Comme des Garçons Converse shoes that I had authenticated with the Legit Check app. They're legit. There are so many good flips. And honestly, I do so much of this for the fun. I love going out and having that real life treasure hunt. It's just fun. And then when you find something that actually gives you hundreds of dollars of profits in your pocket, it is so much fun. Have you ever flipped paintings? I heard flipping art can be very profitable. I have not. I have bought some pretty expensive items because they were very inexpensive at estate sales, but they're not things that I consider that I would list to kind of resell. I think it'd be too hard to ship and find the right buyer. So I end up keeping a lot of stuff. I've got some statues. I've got some things like that. And a lot of these things that I found are in the Profits in Plain Sight practice guides. So you will see those. Oh, Jeff, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Debbie says she sells paintings. So you certainly sell paintings, and Google Lens will find paintings. I've had CDs for years. I'm going to start listing on Amazon. I may not have receipts for much older ones. Do I need receipts list for Amazon? Jeffrey, not likely. Though there's no guarantees with anything. But it's one of those things. And Jason T. Smith has some great, flipping CD training out there. But if it's something that isn't like, no one's really faking an old CD, right? So it's going to be very, very unlikely that you would have any problem with those. And the buyer is looking for those things. It's not a highly counterfeited item. So I think you will be just fine. Corey, I didn't mean to skip your question. Sorry, you said we could bolt, but we need to be here to get the book. No, Corey, you don't need to be here to get the book. I will send the book out to you. No worries. If you got what you need, you got the information. Sorry, you didn't win a prize. I had 15 prizes. Pretty good odds overall. Yes, you can totally bail. If you need me, I'm at chris@flips.net, and I will be sending you guys out information as well. Chris, I ordered one of your books from Amazon coming tomorrow. It was recommended by Cody from Echo Flips, and I just realized that's when you did your intro. Yeah, he's been recommending my online arbitrage book. It's a great place to get started if you want to learn about online arbitrage. Thank you for the info. I've been an eBay seller since 2000. The 80-20 rule is a new concept for me. That thought alone was worth the podcast. Jeff, I appreciate that. I think you're going to find the 80-20 rule shows up a lot. It's been there. You've probably been kind of doing it subconsciously. And once you kind of see it, then you say, oh, I kind of realize what I'm doing now. I kind of realize why I don't look up those items. Because I know they're not worth anything. I know they're in that 80%, but it's not worth looking up. But when you do this long enough, you kind of forget that you're good at it. You forget that, oh, I can do this subconsciously. Oh, no, I don't need to look up that game. I don't need to look up that product. I know that I may not know what it's worth, but I know it's not worth enough to sell online. I know it's too common. Or if you see the price on something, I'm not going to look that up because they're wanting $20, $30, $40 for it. You just get so much better at doing all this stuff mentally, and you almost don't even realize. It's like when you're driving a car. You're not thinking about every single thing that you're doing. As you're driving 80 miles an hour down a highway right next to somebody else, you just do it because it's just habit. And I say this as someone who's got kids that are going to start driving. I have to teach them these things, and they're going to be paying attention to little details that I take for granted. Now, I am paying attention, but I'm paying attention without actively paying attention in a way that a new driver isn't necessarily going to be doing. Peter's here. Thanks for everything. You've been a tremendous help in getting my online business off the ground. Always appreciate the things I learned from you. Peter, thanks so much for being here. We still have a phone call that we need to schedule. I've just been a little busy with all of this launch and stuff. All right, Corey's got it. Ciao. Good to go. Yep, find the Google app if you want to get the Google Lens app. Let's see. Nathan, thanks for a fantastic webinar. The 80-20 rule was a great refresher for me because I'd heard about it from another coaching program, but this webinar really opened my eyes about how I can improve my flipping game. This weekend is a washout. Is it really? Oh man, I haven't even looked at the weather. Hopefully it's at least dry enough to have yard sales. It's just one of my favorite things to do. Well, Nathan, we do have the meetup coming up next week, next Friday, I believe. What large items are good for local flips? I mean, some easy ones that come to mind are just the retro chairs that people want. They want the slat back chairs. They want the, what's that mesh? I'm forgetting the name of them. Like the old aluminum chairs. People want the vintage. They want the original ones. I've got peacock chairs, whether they're wrought iron peacock chairs or wicker peacock chairs. They sell really well. If they're in somebody's way, they're going to basically give them away to get them out of the way. It's definitely not something that you want to ship. Air conditioners. I mean, like I said, I give a couple examples of air conditioners that I flipped from Facebook Marketplace. But really, you can list anything on Facebook Marketplace because you might find someone who says, hey, I need that and I need it today. I don't want, even waiting on Amazon is going to be too late or too long for them. They want it today. And if you're in like a major metro area, Facebook Marketplace is going to be a great place to get some exposure for items and say, yeah, I got this. Who wants it? And give them a deal. Get it moving. Sold on books on Amazon, never on eBay. Give it a try. Oh, eBay is easy. eBay is easy. Wendy, the meetup is in Providence. I will send you information. Rainy all weekend. That's too bad. So, John, the air conditioners are those standalone ones that you plug in the wall and you put like the hose out to like a little brace thing in the window. So they're portable. So you just bring them in. Take them out of the window when they're not in season. So you can move them to any window or any room in your house that you want to, kind of as you need to. It's less permanent as a window unit, of course, not permanent like an actual installed unit. But they're easy. I see them at yard sales all the time, especially at the end of the season where people don't want to mess with them. Like, yeah, give $20, $25 for it. Knock yourself out. Do I hit the world's largest yard sale? I do not. I would consider it. 600 miles. It'd be kind of overwhelming. And Jeff says for yard sales, there's Yard Sale Treasure Map and gsailor.com. I've tried both of those. I feel like they just kind of pull from Facebook and Craigslist. Stephen Fry will catch me on the challenge. Marketplace has Pick Up by the Curb for fun sometimes. I've a couple of your books already, says Larry. I'm looking forward to reading the newest one. Facebook Marketplace is good. I sold a fish tank on there. I was getting ready to do some tires for a Jeep Wrangler. That kind of stuff. You don't want to ship a fish tank. Can you imagine? Always stayed away from dishware in the past due to breakable. Though I'd give it a try. Big mistake. Spending just as much in Patty with your. Well, Patty, I would just keep your price higher. Be like, hey, everything at $50 and less isn't worth it. I'm spending way too much money. But if it's $100, it might be worth it. I just picked up uranium glass, like a serving dish, which I never thought I'd find more uranium glass. And it was there at noon on a Sunday at an estate sale. I don't know why nobody else bought it, but they leave it behind. They leave it for me. Maybe it was hidden. Maybe they just brought it out. Who knows? Rain. I would go out. There are some that have their garage sales actually in the garage, so they have them even in the rain. Yeah, charge enough for shipping. Make the customer pay for that shipping. Jeff, video starting. I want to say thank you for the insight. I'll be getting the challenge package later this evening. Thank you, Jeffrey. Sorry I stuttered on you. If you need anything, just send me a message. Next door is active. Mine is not active. Or it's just a bunch of people talking about some cats and dogs that they see. Sometimes a coyote. And Debbie says, Chris and Jason are the ones who got her started in this world. I will be setting information for the book There's nothing you guys need to do. I will send out all the information. So questions are slowing down. I think it's a good time to wrap it up. Definitely went longer. I went a little bit longer on the webinar. Try to keep it at an hour. I might do another live one for people who maybe couldn't come to this one who registered. But I'll definitely send out the replay if you guys wanted to go over anything again. If I went too fast on some parts. If something you just want to review, that'll all be there. The challenge will be open until July 2nd when it starts, as well as the discount on the Profits in Plain Sight practice guides. They're super sweet. They're super amazing. You can go through these and be like, holy smokes, how long did it take them to make these? And like, the answer is, it took a really long time. A really long time. But they're going to be just pivotal. They're going to be so good for practicing flipping from the comfort of home. You're going to get so much better. And then when you go out, you're like, wait a minute, I almost feel like it's almost like the Matrix, or like downloaded how to do Kung Fu. That's kind of what it's gonna be like. If you go through all these products, all these images, all these books, all these barcodes, then when you go out, it's just gonna kind of be there in your head. Be like, oh, I've seen something like this before. I know this is a good flip. I know this isn't a good flip. I know this is a good flip at this price. It's gonna kind of be built in. It's gonna be really, really fun to see how much fun you guys have with these guides and how it directly affects and improves your flip games. Definitely. Lots of great tips. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This was fun. Printers that are recommended. You can use a Dymo 450, although they're actually really expensive. You might want to sell it on eBay. I just use a black and white printer with UPS 2-up labels or post office labels. You can get labels for like a penny a piece off of Amazon. Joanne says, good night. Looking forward to spending time with you and Kristen this summer. Awesome. Looking forward to spending. The challenge is going to be so much fun. I've done challenges before. Challenges are fun. And this is going to be the most fun challenge. I can't wait. I hope I send out so many Flip Championship rings. We should give us a good deal on the bundle of the 3 books. It's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal with a pretty good money back guarantee. They are full color. They are expensive to print. I'll see what I can do. Probably the lowest price they're ever going to be is on this launch. So, but yeah, ink is expensive, and if they're black and white, they're just not going to be the same in black and white. Laney, I will send out all the information on getting the free books. Helen is here. Helen, good to see you as well. All right, we're going to wrap that up. If you guys need anything, my contact information is easy to find. Chris at chrisgreen.com, Chris at flips.net, flips.net/challenge to join the challenge. And you can get all of those bonuses, all of the extra perks that go along with it, including the discounted practice guides up to July 2nd when the challenge officially starts. Someone just showed up now. That's a little late. Separately, I might have a deal separately at some point, but trying to simplify it and have the offers for the challenge. But remember, if you don't love the challenge, you don't love the books, you can get a full 100% money back guarantee and keep the books. It's a pretty good deal. That's how confident I am in the challenge and in the quality of the books. Amazing, amazing stuff. So thanks so much for being here, guys. Thanks for spending the past hour and 45 minutes with me. I'm easy to find. I'll be sending out more information by email. If you're on this webinar, that means that you've registered for the webinar. So I've got your email so I can send you guys out all of the additional information. I'm going to go rest my voice. And again, I believe the same link will turn into an instant replay if you want to watch any of it back. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you soon.